to his wife with the money that he makes, doing the thing that he knows is hard, but he does it anyway. He is smart because he went to Dartmouth to ski, but learned that he likes calculus there. He is strong because he bikes into work half an hour in the rain and the snow, even though there's a bus 30 seconds away from the house. But more than that, he is a big man, and he is so big that when he hugs you, you feel like you're small, even though you're taller than him.
When I saw you getting lunch out of the vending machine, coming from teaching in class, going to working on the book you were writing, and talking about packing your kids' lunches that day, that's when I knew that you were a superhero. You do all of these things, and you're somehow getting all of them done really well. You're an actor, you're a dramaturg, you're a director, you're a scholar, you're a fight choreographer, you're a teacher, and you're a mother, and you're probably a million other things that I don't even know about. And somehow you're doing all of these things without getting recognized for half of them. And yet you keep going, and you keep doing them, and you keep going and working on these things that are not usually for you. You're working for your kids, you're working for your students, you're working for your colleagues, and the people who want to read your research. You're doing all of these things for other people, which is an incredibly selfless way to live your life.
There are so few women in this world who can say that they have truly touched the lives of every advocate in the nation. And when it comes to someone who has come from nothing, picked up a job in the middle of nowhere in the Midwest of the United States of America, and to say that she has gone from working as a clerk to someone who has changed the lives, the situations of so many people who are affected by an outrageous water scandal, suggests that she is someone who is not to be taken lightly. And with considering the rest of her life, the path that she went really is something to be astonished by. She is a force of nature, and she is the most warm person that every one of us knows. Because she is the best person to have on your team, and the worst person to have in opposition. Because she will destroy you, and I'm sure we have all seen the side of that as well.
I knew that you were a democratic citizen when I realized that you are a public servant in every sense of the word, public servant. You go to nursing homes once a week at least, even though you're about the same age as all the people who are living there. And you brighten their day with just a new toy that you got at the thrift store, or just something stupid like that. And you're like one of their true friends. Again, with thrift stores, you take trips to the thrift stores at least twice a week. One, to keep that thrift store in business, I think, and two, to pick up just any useless crap that you think that anyone you know might like that you can give them. You find homeless people on the street and you give them what they need, no matter what that is. Sometimes it's a sandwich from McDonald's, sometimes it's a car that you just have left over at your house.
My favorite actor when I was a kid, which I'm sure you're not surprised because we're all here today, is sitting right there. And that is a little terrifying for me. But when we consider who he is, he's kind of a simple guy. I mean, he's not the most ripped, hot actor you know. At least if you do, you should probably look for more actors, because this is not what you're looking for. This is a gentleman who is kind and represents the ideals that I think America wants itself to be. And so when we see him on screen, and when we see him in writing and even in impersonations, we see somebody who really holds those values so tightly, like charcoal to a diamond. Like, he holds it so tightly that it just screams out of him. He is someone who is like a man of ideals.
He is the most talented musician I know, but damn, is he lazy. They say that when we are born, we acquire our talents by reaching up as babies in our bed and seeing the colors of all the possibilities of being a good cook or being a good athlete or being a smart student. And he grabbed so much of music and pulled it down to him that he doesn't have to practice like his fellow students do. And he doesn't have to learn music theory like his fellow students do because he just hears it. But in high school, he had a metaphor, a long-running metaphor for what his academics were, and they were called the whole. He never, ever did his science homework, but he still signed up for AP Physics because the hottest girl in school was there and he really liked looking at her. That's the kind of person he was. He played guitar because it was way cooler than clarinet, even though he was a gifted student in clarinet.
And another thing is, you're not afraid. You are willing to post on Facebook your activism like 20 times a day and take up so much space and say how you're going to be the fiercest protector of your children. You're going to be a fighter. You're going to be like the mom that protects her cubs. And you're also not afraid to be cited by the FBI for having like guns in research everywhere in your history and your search history and everything. And you even warned me about that one time, that I would probably get on that list too, but it was okay because you were doing research. And so, I mean, you just aren't afraid to tackle the most important and scary and ugly subjects with your work. And it's something that you don't even want to necessarily spend your life thinking about, but you know that it's an important thing to have a conversation about.
Along the same vein, you remain strong in all hard times, and you still take the time to lead others through them. With this election that came up, all up to the election, you almost became a symbol for empowerment to like everyone who knows you. And like on election day, you wore a pantsuit to the voting polls. It was crazy, and you like put that on Facebook, and you like actually became like kind of an icon for like all the people who you inspired. And then after the election happened, you never remained quiet. You didn't cancel your class that day like most of the other people did. Instead, you rolled out a large paper on the floor, and you just let that be a forum for thoughts and opinions to be voiced that may not be able to be voiced very soon. And that was one of the most, I think, important things that happened, at least in my view, on election day. And
Maybe
so
it has only changed so many lives. I mean, you think about a hobby like knitting, but you don't really consider about the people who knit. And I bring this up because, I don't know, maybe half of you know that it seems a little impossible that a man as successful and iconic as this one takes time out of his day to knit. And I feel like that's important to say because I think that tells a lot about him. This is somebody who always spots me bus fare, but never Venmo, always cash. This is somebody who is so fearful of looking stupid that he brings 3 ties to work just in case he was clashing. He thought he was clashing anyway, which he never is, of course. But what I think is most striking about him is this time that him and I and a whole group of our clients were on a train to Brussels. And we decided, like we all fell asleep, and I woke up really early that morning to get a cup of coffee.
You have achieved so much already. You went to Emerson's BA program and turned it around into something that was for you. While you were there, you were creating a business plan for an entirely fully functioning business, and you were also working professionally as an actor. And then when you graduated, you started that business. You were, 22 years old, and you started this amazing business where you were helping students across the country get into colleges and college programs that they wanted. You were doing all these incredible things. You wrote a book that is on the front shelf of the drawing bookshop, and you still work as an actor, and you renovated a building for your business. You're married, you've lived in the North End, and now you live in a house, and you've done all of these things, and you're not even 35 yet. It's like you have 3 Google calendars that are chock full of events every day, and somehow you're managing all of them. And I just don't understand how you do that.
She is a tree because she is firm and she's gentle and she's flowing and she bends in any situation in the wind, but she doesn't ever break. She has had a crush on the same boy for almost a year now, but she keeps getting crushed by the same boy every month now. He keeps saying that he likes her, but she keeps saying that she likes him even more, and then he gets scared by how much she can plow her roots down and feel how close she is to him. And so he moves away to the weeds that are so much easier and so much prettier, but she is a tree, and she is strong, and she will not break, no matter how many times he says, I love you, but I can't be with you right now. She flows like a river. She flows like a river because her love can move so fast and so strong, but she forgets
You're the type of
sometimes.
person who goes to McDonald's every single morning and orders a black coffee because you don't like any of the food, but you like the workers there and you like to talk to them every morning at like 7 a.m. when you go there. If you find out that someone is newly interested in something, be it like music, art, writing, just anything new, you will buy them something to help them achieve like greatness in that. Like for instance, if your grandkid is just saying that he is starting to like music, you will have a ukulele to give him the next time he visits. If your friend is saying that they've recently taken up watercoloring, you will buy them a huge like paint set. Your goal is to give away everything that you own and to leave all your money behind. And you do everything with just the goal of creating a lasting memory for everyone who is a part of it.
Her career, in one word, was a shit show. And we know this for a fact because we all saw it on live TV. But that's only one factor. And I feel bad for this new generation who knows her by this one stunt, when in reality, she survived a lot more than any of us here consider. And when she was younger, she was this kind of untouchable inspiration for so many young women and young girls. And throughout the entirety of that, performing over 7 times a week, battling depression, battling addiction, battling anxiety. This is somebody who is okay with sacrificing herself for others, for sacrificing her own image for something that she knows that people need. I think that's very strong and very difficult. I mean, that's hard, very hard to ask with anybody, much less somebody who is so far stuck into the limelight.
She takes care of people so much. She will always take time out of her like very, very, very busy day to see if you are okay. And if you're not okay, she will take care of you. She wants to make sure that you're happy, and she wants to make sure that you are sleeping, and she wants to make sure that you're eating right, even if she's doing none of those things herself. And she wants to make sure that you are getting to do the things that you like, even if she's working too hard to let herself do the things that she likes to do. She gives the best hugs in the world, but never asks to be hugged back, and she deserves to be asked to hug back because she helps people. And when you help people, you change the way that they can operate around the world. So not only does she do good things and make things happen, she makes other people able to make things happen. She drives you home at night, even when you say you don't want help going home. She takes you anyway. And she always has a smile, and she always makes sure you get into the house before she drives away.
There are a handful of people who can say that they have accomplished a quarter of what she does. Very young. She was supported by her husband, but she was married at a time when she was very young. But she knew what she wanted, and she wanted law school. and she worked her ass off, and she worked herself through college, worked herself again through law school, at this point supporting 2 young children. And throughout this time, her and her husband were a pinnacle of support and calmness and just radiated rational thinking in a time that was terrified and scared. And it's hard to even imagine what that is like. She described her life once as this kind of terrifying pillar, that she knew something was happening. She knew that she needed to do something. She was just afraid of what that was going to be because she didn't know. She ended up working as one of the highest voices in our country and continues to this day to be someone who challenges and questions every norm that's progressive.
You want to make sure that
Sorry.